Why have you never been married?
Because I didn't know how to act. I could not be on the road as much as I'm on the road all of those years and honor a relationship. When you get older, you grow up and it's like you don't need it no more. So you don't chase. That's entirely different than when it's handed to you on a silver platter.
You saying, I know I wouldn't be faithful on the road. You're saying that because you're saying it's handed to me on a silver platter, but you also have to understand too that walking with God is the sacrifice that you're gonna make when you look away from those things and you choose to honor God with your life first.
He just saying, look, I know how women's supposed to be treated. I'm not finna mistreat no woman or downgrade how women deserve to be treated. So I'm not gonna lie to her and make her believe that I'm ready for something that I know I'm not.
You don't wanna miss out on who God has for you. There could be a woman out there for you, and because this problem is holding you down, now your blessing is blocked.
If you know so much about marriage,
Yeah,
why have you never been married?
because I didn't know how to act. This
Said
is
it in the
simple.
book.
It's
Your fault.
It's totally my fault. Totally my fault. It's not anybody's fault but mine. I was on the road over 200 days out of the year. I'm not gonna be faithful being on the road 200 days out of the year.
You can.
I know.
You can make that choice.
No, no, no.
Just because you.
I didn't say you can't. I didn't say you can't. I said me. I could not be on the road as much as I'm on the road all of those years and honor a relationship. I know how to treat a woman very well. My mother and my 4 sisters raised me very much. And I'm one of those guys that call it a blessing or a curse. 90% of my living relatives are women. Like St. Thomas, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, upstate, the whole bit, Florida, Carolinas. I got relatives all over the place. Most of them are female. So I've been surrounded by females all my life. And you get to know what the do's and don'ts, what the wants and don't wants are, and all of this other stuff. That's a given. And there's a level of treatment that I'm never going to go lower than. So in that regard, I'm good. But when I was on the road for 200 days out of the year, man, and it's like, and this is the part that men don't reveal that much, but I will. When you get older, you grow up and it's like you don't need it no more. You don't need it no more. So you don't chase. That's entirely different than when it's handed to you on a silver platter. And you don't have to work for it. That doesn't mean you can't say no. It certainly doesn't mean that you don't say no. What it does mean is that it's harder.
All right, so he said that the reason why the reason why he couldn't be married is because he knew he would be unfaithful. It's a lot to unpack there. Mm-hmm. And I think the biggest thing is, you know, we talked about this with Cam. When you're handed success, right, and you have to look at success, and then you have to, because he's already confessed he's a Christian, right? Mm-hmm. When you look at success, and then when you look at what God is requiring of you, you see 9 out of 10 times they're picking success, right? And they're not going by what God says to do. The first covenant should have been to God, right? So you saying, I know I wouldn't be faithful on the road. You're saying that because you're saying it's handed to me on a silver platter, but yeah, man, but you also have to understand too that walking with God is the sacrifice that you're going to make when you look away from those things and you choose to honor God with your life first. Mm-hmm. But now, I've never been a celebrity, right? Mm-hmm. But I've always had a heart for the Lord. So, you know, I'm grateful that I don't have those choices to make because I don't want my faith tested in a way where I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to just keep coming back to God with the same repetitive behavior. I love where I am with the one wife that I have and just the fact that she was the first relationship that I had as an adult. Because I say all the time, one of the things I see friends of mine struggled with in the past was they liked this about this one girl. She did this one way. She did this another way. She had a body like this and da. I remember one friend telling me one day, if he could put 5 women together, he named all 5 of them up, that would be his wife. And I'm like, man, I'm so glad that that's not my mindset of how I chose my wife. I let God lead me to her. And so that's the hardest part about, you know, the sacrifices that you got to look away from the world in order to hear God's voice.
Man, everything you saying is exactly right? I'm just going to.
I understand. That's why I said I'm glad I've never been there.
I'm just gonna be 100 with you, like,
glad
and I ain't never even had Stephen A. money. I can imagine Stephen A. You got $100 million contract, right? So like the level of money you have is gonna bring exposure to different things. Like you're gonna have temptations and things that you're gonna have to deal with that the average person who don't have that kind of money not gonna have to deal with.
And they notice them too.
And they know that. So it's like for you to be traveling by yourself alone, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know who you are. You got money. This and that. It's gonna be all types of people coming at you. Like I respect him for being honest.
Yeah,
I respect him for keeping it real, because like depending on where you from, your background, or what you're struggling with or whatever, like it's gonna be amplified when you got that level of money and that level of exposure. So he just saying, look, I know how women supposed to be treated. I'm not finna mistreat no woman or downgrade how women deserve to be treated. So I'm not gonna lie to her and make her believe that I'm ready for something that I know I'm not.
Right.
And I can respect that and be real. And I just think, like, we look at it, everything in the light of Christ. Like, yeah, our goal is we want to be married to one woman, like, treat her the way, love her the way Christ loved the church. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal for us as men of God. And I believe he proclaims to be a Christian. He got a pastor and stuff you were talking about. But people in different, people in different levels of their walk or whatnot. So, like I said, in my life, like, I don't have nearly that kind of money. And I found myself being able to be exposed to certain things, to certain temptations that came my way. And being real, I'll be transparent. I done failed before. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being exposed to certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, I'm past that season now by the grace of God. But the Bible says, don't never say what you won't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't act like you just above reproach or nothing like that. Because when you think you won't do it, you will. So now, because of my past experience, I'm more on guard on how I move or whatnot. But I can respect what he was saying, man.
And that's how I feel about alcohol, right? Like, I don't drink alcohol. Because I always thought to myself, what would happen is if I drank this and I became like what my grandparents struggled with. My grandparents struggled with alcoholism. I wouldn't want to struggle with something that I know that I could prevent because I don't have a taste for it anyway. Like, to just go out and do it. Same thing with cigarettes. My family smoked cigarettes, and I was just like, my parents didn't, but grandparents did. And it was like, man, I don't even want to get into that situation because I don't want to walk around like those people who say, oh, man, I've been trying to quit for forever. You know, I had a conversation with somebody the other day. It's like, man, it's been 17 years I've been trying to quit.
So alcohol,
cigarettes.
Cigarettes, oh man.
I think the thing is for him is like, as I listen to him, I'm like, you know, I'm happy, kind of like somebody said in the comments, like I'm kind of happy that he is not dating nobody or trying to be married and cheating on somebody. Because I mean, that's the plus sides of it. But then also to the other side of it is that, you know, sooner or later you won't want to get married. So when you get married, how you gonna handle that then? You know what I'm saying? If that dragon in you that's still loud and you can't fight it, how you gonna because sooner or later you're gonna want a companion. So when do you crucify that dragon that's in you that wants to slay?
I got a homeboy named Piz, like, and since I known him, he don't watch the show, so he ain't gonna see this. I got a homeboy named Piz. Right? I'll put it. I'm a deodorizer. I got a homeboy, and and like women have been very fond of him for a long time. So that's one of the things. Like, you know, he talked to women. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him the other day, and he was like, "Man, you know what?" He said, "Man, I'm at a point now in my life, man. I just want to settle down with one woman." He said, "I've been going to church more and stuff." I started laughing at him. I was like, "Man, when this happened?" You know what I'm saying? And he told me, he said, "Man, you get to a point in your life when you just start experiencing this stuff." And you don't feel nothing no more. You become numb to it. It just become a cycle of life. You get tired of it. And now I'm learning more. He's just like, man, I just want something that's real and authentic. So I think eventually people get burnt out. You just get tired. Now you don't want to get burnt out and give scraps to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that life gets old like anything else. It's like a new car. You get it at first, you feel good, but when that first payment hit, you like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to clean it, and I got to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The thrill is gone. So I think same thing with the street, same thing with a bunch of women. It's like the thrill is gone. It's like hopefully by that time you ain't just did so much damage to yourself or people around you that you can actually pivot and make some positive life changes.
I do want to jump on a comment. Queen B said, so playing in the field and playing with people's heart is still wrong, whether you're married or not.
Yeah, and another thing, too, is that Stephen A. has a daughter.
Yeah.
And so you think about what it could have been like if he was married to her mother, and no doubt that he didn't provide a great life for her, you know.
Oh,
but,
is,
yeah, but still there's a value in being able to be with your kids at night. And the more nights, the better. You know, especially for a young lady. You've talked about how strong your relationship is with your dad. My sister had a strong relationship with my dad. It's like girls at any point. You talked about on the show having your dad come into your room one night, and you know you really needed to talk to him, and he felt that, and he was there for you. Imagine if you have a daughter that needs her father in that moment, and he's not there because he doesn't live under the same roof. You know, probably available by phone, FaceTime, but it's not the same if you need a hug and you need somebody to hold you.
He got two daughters.
Oh, does he? Okay. Yeah. I know he has one that acts. That's why I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, he got like a teenage daughter too, but I know he got an older daughter too. Yeah.
That's so real because, we think about like the big situations, but we don't think about the everyday interactions and really those way more over time. Like fathers, y'all are needed. Y'all daughters love you, even if they just see you get up and go to work for their family every day. You're modeling what they're going to look for in a spouse.
Having a daughter change you, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
I do, bro. My little girl, it's a lot of things that you know what I'm saying. Like she don't help me with me for real.
Because you don't want to see no boy do that to your daughter.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
And I think that's a lot of men like, man. I don't want no man to.
Boy, you talk about repenting, boy. Not dog
my daughter like that.
I've been on my face, boy. I'm like, Lord, please.
And what I had to say about it was that it's definitely good that he was honest and he was real transparent with us, and he acknowledged his sin. Like, I can't, stay faithful. But in that, you don't want to hurt anybody, and get married because that would have been really tragic. But now that you've acknowledged it, now it's time to work on it. That's what I would say. Like, okay, that's good, but now work on it. Like, you don't want to miss out on who God has for you. There could be a woman out there for you. And because this problem is holding you down, now your blessing is blocked.
Yeah.
So it's great that you acknowledged it, but now let's work on it now because you don't know the future children God can have for you, the memories, and, it's a blessing to be married. So.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Jerry, we have a poll.
I was about to say, who's throwing that Chinese food?
We do.
Okay.
What do you think about Stephen A. Smith's struggles? 19% say I agree with him. 51% say I get what he means, but 18%.
Crispy, man. He's tight.
18% says don't know struggles at that level, and 11% say don't get his issues with faithfulness.
That's interesting. That's interesting.